Yes, Ian is the.
This guy is so good.
He is so good. He is so good. We're so grateful. We're so grateful. We're going to sing about it later. I want to welcome everyone to Unity Richmond. Woo! Good day. Good day. Good day. We want to invite, if anyone here is visiting for the first time, let us know so we can give you a welcome package. And also anyone that's online, any viewers online, we welcome you and we ask you to just say hi so we know you're there, okay? So, it is now time to say our youth prayer. We see our youth of Unity program growing and thriving with activity. We have using our Unity principles. Sorry, it was a little different for mine. Okay, thank you. Now Maureen's going to come up for the daily word.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. The daily word is grace. With joy and gratitude, I welcome grace. The guiding, healing, harmonizing presence and power of God is everywhere present. Divine grace is mine whenever I say yes to this presence within me. I release any thought that I am unworthy of grace. Nothing I could do or fail to do would ever disturb my divine identity. Grace need not be earned, nor can it be bought. It is inexhaustible. No matter how much comes my way, I can relax in complete trust that even more will be available as I need it. Grace doesn't happen to me, it expresses through me. Just as I have been blessed to receive grace when I have needed it, I am honored to be the conduit through which it flows to someone else, blessing them in a time of need. And from Corinthians 2, chapter 4, verse 15. Yes, everything is for your sake, so that grace, as it extends to more and more people, may increase thanksgiving to the glory of God. So say the affirmation with me 3 times together. With joy and gratitude, I welcome grace. With joy and gratitude, I welcome grace. With joy and gratitude, I welcome grace.
Good morning. Let's all stand and sing this together. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so glad.
So this has been a little bit of a tough week in Richmond, and we have a special prayer that we're going to say together to help heal our hearts. So it's up on the board, if you'd please read with me. We hold in prayer all of those who were harmed by the recent graduation shooting here in Richmond, Virginia. We tenderly accept our own feelings of grief and anger. As light bearers, we hold each in the light of love, comfort, and peace. We affirm God's healing power to all the families and victims. We affirm divine justice and compassion toward the perpetrator of this violence. We honor the humanity and the divinity of all souls and continue to keep the high watch of prayer. We continue to practice peace and be peaceful, truthful, and compassionate. We hold them in our hearts, and so it is. Amen. Sweet Spirit, thank you for being here with us, here and now, and always. You are nearer to us than our breathing, nearer to us than our hands and feet. You are in our hearts, you are in our minds. We take this moment to feel your presence, to turn within and see that you are in us, that we are all divine, and that divinity shines forth as we take time to connect and dwell in the truth of our being, and that is that we are completely whole, we are full, we are God living in this world, radiating love and peace to those around us, letting it fill our hearts, letting it well up in our hearts and minds and souls, so that it just overflows as we walk earth and greet our neighbors and our friends. And we feel resilient when faced with obstacles or challenges or confusion, upset, surprises, anything that happens. We remember that grace is inherent in us, and we not only receive grace, we give grace. We are grace. We're very grateful to know this, to take this time and remember it. And we say, thank you, God. Amen. Together, we're really praying up this morning here in Richmond. This is the prayer we say with Richmond Hill and many other religious institutions throughout Richmond. Join with me. We pray for the churches and religious institutions of metropolitan Richmond, for all religious communities, abbeys, orders, brotherhoods, sisterhoods, religious societies, and para-church organizations. And now for the opportunities here at Unity. We have many, starting with our chant night. We're excited to announce that this year's summer equinox, the chant night date was originally set for Wednesday, but it's moved to Thursday, the 22nd of June at 7 p.m. Join us in ushering in the summer through chants and meditations. I personally am really happy because I had something else on Wednesday night and I was bummed that it couldn't be a chant night, and now, yes, it's so much fun to chant in the new season. There's even more music. The very next day, on Friday the 23rd, you can come out for karaoke night with our own Armand Leek. As you know, it's always a good time. You don't have to know how to sing, you just have to be willing. Just willing to open your mouth and let your voice come forth. It's right, or just listen and enjoy, Armand invites. We can't wait to be together in community and fellowship on that night. We have an upcoming town hall meeting on July the 9th after the service. It will be a potluck, so please feel free to bring a dish. The meeting will be downstairs in the celebration room. And on the topic of town hall, we are excited to announce our upcoming 50/50 raffle, which will be drawn at the town hall. For the next 4 weeks, you can purchase tickets before and after the service. Tickets cost $5, and great news, there's no purchase limit. You can buy as many as you want. The winner will be announced during the town hall meeting, as I said, and you don't have to be there to win, but we need to be able to read your name and phone number on the ticket that you leave in the basket with us so that we can contact you. And if we can't read it, we'll be pulling another. So join us for that. It's a lot of fun. 50/50s are great. We have a number of upcoming guest speakers that I want to let you know who they are. On Father's Day, June 18th, Armand Leek is speaking about fathers and fatherhood.
Yeah, our fathers, our teachers.
Our fathers, our teachers. On June the 25th, we have the next video in Paul Hasselback's series, Just the Fundamentals, where he will address self-responsibility and consciousness, as well as what you can do and what you can't as what you can change and what you can't change. And on July 16th, we have guest speaker Hamilton Sage talking about allowing the relief of grief. The stories that Hamilton Sage will share and following the meditation are meant to create a safe space so that we can connect to our ancestors, honor them, and remember those who have passed and those who are not gone, but always connected. This exploration of, pardon me, I read that incorrectly. Let me read it again because it's worth it to correct it. So he's going to share, and we're going to meditate, and he's going to create a safe space for us to connect with our ancestors, to honor them, and to remember those who have passed, and to remember that they are not gone, but always connected. This exploration of loss will remind us how to celebrate those who have transitioned and the blessings that they have instilled in us. He will also offer a workshop following the service titled Communicating from the Heart, where you will be led through a heart space activation exercise in which Hamilton guides everyone in opening and expanding the heart center through the guided meditation. Wow. That sounds fantastic. We will then participate in a guided writing exercise that will focus on communicating our deepest truths from this place of inner stillness and clarity. This process will be freeing, centering, and cathartic. This will be a potluck Sunday, so please feel free to bring a dish to enjoy between the service and the workshop. Lastly, we want to announce the confirmed upcoming gala events. That means there could be more than what I'm sharing now, but as of the moment, these are what's on the calendar. Men of Unity are hosting the annual 4th of July barbecue at 6 p.m., finishing just in time for the fireworks. That's always a lot of fun. We bring a lawn chair, we set up on the lawn across the street, and we have a fantastic view of the fireworks. It's a free event with love offerings welcome. On July 22nd, Carol LaPierre is hosting a gala on the lake with Mediterranean-style foods, games, and activities starting at 5 p.m. The cost is $35 with a limit of 12 guests, and that's always a fabulous time. She lives in a beautiful place right on the water. And on September 16th, Debbie and Penelope are hosting a Build-Your-Own Tex-Mex Bowl at Debbie's house. The cost is $40, and it starts at 5 p.m. with room for 20 guests. Check out our newsletter for more details and events to come. Thank you.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong. You say I am yours, and I believe, oh I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you you, I find my worth in you, I find my identity. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong. You say I am yours, and I believe, oh I believe what you say of me, oh I believe. Taking all I have, and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God, you'll have every victory. Oh, you say I am loved, but I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong. You say I am yours, and I believe, oh I believe what you say of me, I believe, oh I believe, oh I believe what you say of me, I believe. Thank you.
Good morning. I think that's about almost everyone's favorite song, and anyone can relate to that song. Anyone can relate. Sorry, I get notes. I got notes. Sometimes I do it without notes, but I want to hear me jibber jab. So, for those that are new here or have never met me personally, my name is Reverend Vickie Cantelmo. I was ordained through Science of Mind, not Unity, just in case you were wondering. Oh, you're a Unity? No. I would love to do that, but I don't think I have enough time to do all that, or energy. So I will do our. So I just wanted to let you know who I was, things that I do. I'm a sound healer and a Reiki master, and also I'm a bowl healer, sound healer. So I use bowls. So you get a little bit of that in a little while. So I wanted to talk about what are our gifts. And I think that the song that Ian sang, I didn't was singing that song. The song that he sang actually shows that sometimes we doubt our gifts. You know, you say I'm strong, I say I'm weak. Say I'm loved and I don't alone. What you girls doing? But anyway, so our gifts, to me, one of the best and most useful gift for anyone is just love. Love, and love is one of those gifts that a lot of people kind of forget what it really means. And we are all love. We are all made of love. Our energy, that this suit that we over top. They can't hear. It's going back and forth, dear. Okay. So, distraction? That was a distraction. So, I wanted to talk. There's not only just love that we're made of and that are gifts. Yes, we all have a gift to love. We can love in a relationship. We can love our animals. We can love our friends. We can love our church. We can love our house. We can love our community. But it's so important to love ourselves. It's so important to love here first, because you can't just keep giving something that you're empty with. So just remember to keep that love there. There are so many times in life that things happen to us that try to distract us from love. Money. Oh my goodness. What the big distractor is that? When it's just energy, it's going to come back around. It's going to come back around. It just rolls. Okay, so just when it comes back around, just try to remember that love has this. Love is this taken care of. Okay? I did a lot of things to myself. Not bad things. But, to distract me from the love. I grew up in a home with loving parents that brought me up in a Methodist church, and gung-ho me, I wanted to be the organist at 16 years old, and so I was, and the leader of the youth group, and the leader of the mission trip we took to Mexico. Those are the things I wanted to do. But what was I thinking? I mean, at that point in my life, I think I was doing God's work, okay, but was I thinking love? I think that I was, because once we got into Mexico, we saw these children, and it broke my heart to see that in other countries how desperate it was. And a teenager that was a teenager, okay? I was a teenager. We all were. So I think you can relate. But I can't blame me, and for that feeling of not knowing. It's once you read so many things these days, because we didn't have cell phones when I was a teenager. We didn't have iPads, computers. We had a telephone that was hooked to the wall. So, we couldn't get a lot of information and know if it's true or not. Usually what came over the telephone when I was growing up was truth, right? So we got truth, and that was a gift that we were given, is being truthful to each other. And when we went on this trip to Mexico, we worked as one. We had like 17 kids and 6 adults. And we all worked as one. And we raised enough money in almost 2 years to buy a bus, have it painted, get all our supplies, and make this trip in a school bus with no AC to Mexico. So that was a gift that we gave. And we worked really hard and were diligent and felt it in our chests. So we felt this with all our being, that this is something that we wanted. Didn't know why, but once we got there, we understood. Thank goodness back then I could speak Spanish, but they couldn't, because I was the only one that had just gotten out of high school with 2 years of Spanish. So it was, they were lucky to have me when the bus broke down, and I had to talk to the natives. It was a trip, but that was a gift. I learned to speak Spanish then. I can say to 10 now, but that's pretty much it. And hola, and gracias. But that was a gift that I had. I had just gotten out of school. It's like I look back on my past and how the gifts that I have came in right when they needed to come in. The Spanish came in when it needed to. I don't need it now. I have an iPhone. I can do translation now. But then it was necessary, and I was the only one that was fluent with it, believe it or not. It's just crazy. I still can't believe that. I'm like, who was that? I don't even know. So I tried taking some wrong paths, going out with friends, having a good time, that didn't work. That didn't make me happy. It wasn't a pleasure. It wasn't a gift to go out, and in my late teens and early 20s to do that kind of thing. My work, I felt happiest when I was helping someone, because my dad was a very compassionate man who helped people. You'll hear more about him some other time. And he taught me to be compassionate to other people, which I think that was another gift that I learned from my father. My mom was a loving mom too. Don't take anything away from her. She was there supporting. They both were like working together. They were a great couple. So I guess they did okay. I was the one that went off wild and crazy at one point in my life, making bad decisions, choosing wrong partners. You know, we do these things. We choose wrong partners, or we end up in divorces, or we get off track. We get off track of what we wanted. And how did I get back on track? To get these gifts back, to get this feeling that I was missing, that I had grown up with, that I had been a young adult with, is I studied. I came to Unity churches, and I studied, and I learned, and I went to Science of Mind, and I studied, and I learned. I went to Course of Miracles, and I studied, and I learned. And I realized, I soaked it up like a sponge, you know. We're all energy, and we are all love. So at that point, I had to step into doing things in my life that made me feel very vulnerable. You know, I've never done this before. I'm so vulnerable, you know, getting out there. What if I don't do it right? Blah, blah, blah. Brene Brown says, vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they're never weakness. So you have to step through that curtain of vulnerability in order to get where you feel your heart is leading you. Taking us there, making us uncomfortable, to make room for these gifts to come back into our life. So I have a quote from Sadhguru, which kind of impressed me. I don't know if any of you guys know, if any of you know who Sadhguru is. He does a lot. They have a lot of videos of him on social media. He's a very wise man in India. I believe he's from India. And he was talking to a group of people, and I was like hitting the stop button and writing it down, and hitting the stop button and writing it down, because it was just hitting me. It was just my soul so hard. He said, even if you're put through the most horrible situations, either you can come out using that experience as a better human being, or you can use that experience to become a horrible mess. I was like, wow, stop, right. So whenever something hurts you, there are two options. You can become wounded, which includes hatred, resentment, the things that make us feel yucky. Or you can become wise. Unfortunately, most people choose to become wounded. This is simply because they need an excuse to turn their own intelligence against themselves. That was a thinker for me. Especially if you feel the world around you turns against you. And some people do. They get into a situation, and that's why we're here. We've learned love. We've learned that other people are loved, no matter what their circumstances. We know that people that are going through hard times right now, especially after this week's incident, that they need love, they need prayers, they need to be surrounded with light of love and the divine. So, even if you've been through these horrible experiences, please have courage to look at it in a fundamental way that helps the world grow, helps love grow. So, I prefer to stay wise. I don't think it's wise in my own head. It may not look wise to some people, but I can't worry about that. Our wisdom, what we think is wise, if our intentions are pure and made with love, then we're going to succeed with this. So, horrible messes. You know, most of you know Jim. His best buds out here, Patrick and Armin, passed away. He had Alzheimer's. it was a very, how do I explain this? It was a very tough disease to watch someone go through. And I will tell you right now that I'm being very vulnerable to talk to you about this because I don't. And I hide my grief. And I need to let my grief show, at least to myself. Instead of getting depressed and holding it in too long and all of a sudden I go into a depression, I'd rather talk to people about this, you know. I'm so glad that the guy's coming, or the speaker on grief. I'm really looking forward to that. But Jim passed away in January. He was a good guy. He was my best friend. I had known him since 1992. The two of us were in other marriages that were a disaster. Just saying. So we were shoulders to cry. We sang together for 8 years before we even came to a Unity church or before we got together. So we sang for 8 years in a trio, and we did modern songs. We didn't do like hymns and things like that. I'd go out and sing. We challenged ourselves. We were vulnerable to ourselves and what we did. And then when we came here, well, we went to Unity of Bon Air for 6 years. And then we came here and got dragged right into the choir when Angian was here. And then we ended up with another quartet, which I guess quartets are what we attracted into our lives. But we loved it. I mean, singing was always a wonderful thing. And to watch him lose that ability to be able to express himself in song was very sad. I have a lot of video of him that I took in our conversations, and that I had, that Patrick and Armin took. And a friend asked me, "Why do you have these?" And I'm like, because I want to hear him talk. I want to hear him sing. I want to hear him try to sing. I want to hear him be happy, you know. So what if he's a little grumpy? I don't care. You know, I just want to know he's there. I know he's with me all the time, you know, all the time. So we are all in this life for a very short time. It may seem like a long time. You can live to be 100 years old, and it's a short time, you know. And hopefully we can live in love and compassion and pull ourselves out of the messes that, with the help of the divine love, because divine love is always there, just waiting to give to us, to give us that ability to reach out and help others. And I must say, this church and others from other churches and other friends reached out to Jim and I when he was going through his disease at home, brought us dinners, helped me with, well, my friend Mary Beth started a GoFundMe. He did not have insurance because I couldn't insure him. He had Alzheimer's. He had been diagnosed a long time before, and he had insurance, but when I had to quit work to take care of him, we didn't have life insurance. So how did I get through this? How did I get through these times? Well, I did have a job working from home, and so I had some time alone in my office, and when I would start to panic, I would go within, and I would say, what is it mine to do? What is mine to do? And then a couple times I said, it's yours to do, because I can't handle this, you know. But I got my answers. Everything I needed came through right on time, because I trusted in spirit. I trusted in the divine. I trusted in the love of the community. And I am so, so grateful. Never, ever express the gratitude that I feel for the help. And I want other people to feel that, you know. I want to be there. I want to help, you know, people when they're in a bad situation or going through some trauma in their life. I want to be there. You don't have to talk. You don't have to talk. We had fun talking. Meals were wonderful, thank you. But just to be there and to give love and spread love between each other is so important. And I think that we can do this, and we can make love grow, and we can make this church like vibrate in love so that other people know this is where you come. This is where you come, because this is where you receive love from your friends, from anyone in here, your pastor. We are here to love each other and socialize our love together by doing fun things. It doesn't always have to be like, it can be karaoke. It can be, a workshop with Jonathan. It's love. And that's what we're here for. And I know you guys agree with me because I'm seeing some heads going up and down. Yeah. Love is what we're here for. So I have a reading from Rumi. It's a poem that he wrote, and it was in one of his books called The Guest House. Some of you may know this. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still treat each guest honorably. He may be cleaning you out for some new delight. The dark, the thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Come on, I can take care of you. I got some energy for you. Let's play bowls. Invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from above. And so it is, because each one of our challenges that we actually come not knocking at the door, but they come in somehow into our lives, and we wonder, how did I get in this situation? Okay? But it's meant to teach us. And welcome it in. Wrap it in love. Let it know that you understand you're the friend, and that you will take care of this issue that comes into your life, and you will win. You will get everything that you need. I'm still blown away at how I grew spiritually, even though I had been through all the Science of Mind and the Course in Miracles and all the years in Unity. I grew by myself in my office spiritually. Just me, feeling my spirit, feeling my connection with the divine, feeling the energies. I'd play my bowls in my office, I'd play with my crystals. And I would feel this energy. I would hold crystals to my heart, and it would take the sorrows away, and all of a sudden the answer would come. Even when Jim had to go into the nursing home, I did not want that to happen. But it had to happen the last few weeks, a couple months before he passed. And people have a hard time getting the funds in place and actually finding a facility that will take them in. Some people go 6, 12 months. We had approval and in a home within a month. And I know that was the divine working in our lives. Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. I take no credit for that, because I was at a point that I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But thank goodness, another gift was organization, and a friend that came over, Susan Moncure, and got me organized. She sat down with a list of things we needed and said, go get this. Boom. go get this, boom. And it was a long list. So I was running around. We got, within an afternoon, I was ready to go deliver the package to the Department of Social Services, and everything just fell, boom, boom, boom. I was sent the most loving agent at DSS. She prayed for me. She prayed for Jim. She took care of us. And I don't even know if she was real. I'm thinking she was an angel, okay? So let's be angels to other people, okay? Yes. And thank you very much. So we're getting ready for the meditation. And I'm going to ask you to settle down and get comfortable in your seat. Oops, Valerie's water fell over. Comfortable in your seat and take a deep breath, knowing that you are love. And listen to this English version of the Aramaic Lord's Prayer. O thou from whom the breath of life comes, who fills all realms of sound, light, and vibration, may your light be experienced in my utmost holiest, your heavenly domain approaches. Let your will come true in the universe, all that vibrates, just as on earth, that is material and dense. Give us wisdom, understanding, assistance for our daily need. Detach the fetters of thoughts that bind us, karma, like we let go the guilt of others. Let us not be lost in superficial things, materialism, common temptations, but let us be freed from that what keeps us off from our true purpose. From you comes the all-working will, the lively strength to act, the song that beautifies all and renews itself from age to age. I confirm this with my entire being. And as you sit in your seat, your eyes closed, taking breath, I'm going to send you some vibrations. Remember your love. And as your love vibrates in your body, it creates wonderful things. These are your gifts, your truth, your honor, your compassion. And so it is.
Thank you, Vickie. That was incredible. Really a beautiful message, a beautiful meditation. Two of the parts of your message that I liked the best are, you said that you found happiness when you were loving and supporting others. And it reminds me of a saying that I saw. I just spent some time in Yogaville, and there was a big sign over a door that said, "Who is the happiest? Those who bring happiness to others." And so I thought you really illustrated that really well. And another thing, when you talked about your Spanish and how all that you had left of your Spanish was hola and gracias, that also reminds me of a time I spent extended time in Korea, and I had 2 words, and they got me really far, and that was 안녕하세요, which is hello, and 감사합니다, which is thank you. And those 2 words take us all very far, I think. So, time for our prosperity blessing. Say it with me. Divine love expressing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. I am grateful.
One, two, three. I've always been the kind of guy that hid my face, afraid to tell the world what I've got to say. But I have this dream right inside of me. I'm gonna let it show. It's time to let you know, to let you know. This is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. Gonna let the light shine on me. Now I've found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. No more hiding who I want to be. This is me. It's like to feel so in the dark, to dream about a life where you're the shining star. Even though it seems like it's so far away, I have to believe that myself is the only way. This is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. Gonna let the light shine on me. Now I've found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. No more hiding who I want to be. This is me. The voice I hear inside my head, the reason that I'm singing. Need to find you, I've got to find you. You're the missing piece, I need the song inside of me. I need to find you, gotta find you. This is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. Gonna let this light shine on me. Now I found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. No more hiding who I want to be. This is me. This is me. Now I found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. want to be. This is me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are so blessed to have the best band in the world. You guys are fantastic. So this is our time to bless the gifts. Say the prayer with me. We give thanks for the gifts that will support our mission of creating a spiritually awakened world. And like I said a moment ago, two of the best words in any language are thank you. And we're saying thank you to our prayer chaplains who are available to pray with you after church. I see Armand, you're wearing your purple sash. Okay. So he'll be up here, and maybe somebody else will show up. We'll see. But our prayer chaplains hold your prayer in their hearts. They hold it in confidence. They turn it over to God, just like Vickie said, this is yours to do. Sometimes that's the case, and we can share that with our prayer chaplains. We're also very grateful for our AV team. Today we had Bernice and Tasha working back there. Thank you. We're grateful for Debbie, who helps make the church a welcoming place for all of our visitors. We're grateful for our band. We're grateful for Reverend Val, even when she's not here. She is the backbone of this church. And we are, oh, Stephen, you have your sash on too. Stephen is here to pray today as well. It's wonderful. And we're just grateful for all of you. Thank you. And all of you who are online, who join us every week and make Unity what it is. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. So now it's time for the prayer of protection. Stand, rise, and say this with me. Say it with gusto. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally.